In this video I'm going to test the 6 leading solutions for price label and sticker removal, and as a bonus I'm going to show you which ones not to use on CD cases.
This is one of the products, but there's a couple that do it. You'll find out which ones if you stick around.
Sticky Off is number 2. Nearly as well known. Sticky Stuff Remover. This is a spray can. You can actually get the liquid as well. Then there's 151 Sticker Remover. Next, Rapid Sticker Gum and Goo Remover. This is a spray can. This is a spray can as well. And then the old favourite in the big bottle. Rubbing alcohol, 99.9% IPA there. I've got $400 back from Amazon FBA recently, and this is one of the reasons I bought these. I'm going to take the labels off with these products. As a test, I've just got a few books down to test out. So what we're going to do is we're going to put them into little containers and use cotton buds, which of course you should be doing anyway, because then it doesn't get everywhere. We'll scrape it off with one of these scrapers. This one comes with a scraper, its own, but I prefer to use one of these, which are basically, it's a razor blade holder, but it's got a plastic razor blade in, as you can see. These plastic razor blades are very good value. I think you get 2 scrapers and 100 blades in plastic, which isn't going to cut anybody, but it's nice and thin for getting under labels. They were all bought from small business people on the platforms. These 3 were bought on Amazon. Oh, that one was bought on Amazon as well. And these 2 came from eBay. As you can see, there's a slight difference in some of them. Very thin, that one, but yellow. Just very thin. This one's quite gooey and sticky inside the stuff, but there's enough in there for it. Another very thin fluid. This one's quite thin. We'll get to this later. It seems to be affecting the plastic. You see that? Which, you know, for something that's for taking labels off plastic isn't very good. And of course, rubbing alcohol, there's lots of there. And we'll have a go. Now I expect the top of the stickers to absorb any of these liquids very quickly, because they're all absorbent paper. It's the glue underneath that matters with these things. This one is going to be sticking to it in a more sticky way. It's definitely more gooey, that one. More difficult to spread out, but it does say it's designed to stick to walls, so that's not too bad. This one's very liquidy indeed. It shouldn't have any trouble spreading. One thing about using these on labels is you're not going to have overspray all over the pages of the book, which can be an issue with some of these liquids, in that they take an awful long time to evaporate off, especially if you're photographing things for eBay, or for that matter, packing things up for Amazon. Right, now I'm going to pause it, because we really should give it a minute or 2. Most of them say give us a minute or 2. All of the books have now had 2 minutes, and I suppose these will have had 3 minutes by the time we get to them. So, first one. This one is Goo Gone. Can you see that there? It's getting the corner off, but it's quite hard. Let's try it from a different angle. It's coming. Maybe I could have been a bit more generous with the fluid, but the whole point is to test it. So I wasn't that generous with it, quite honestly. It's got the edge off. The actual paper's peeling away. Yeah, not the best for a non-generous effect. Let's test some of the others. We'll leave that be for the moment. Next one, sticky off. Oh yes, as you can see from this, watch this. Now that is how it should happen. It's actually pretty there's a little bit, just a touch left. We could get some of the stickiness off. We'll use a micro cloth to take the actual rest of the fluid off. And that's done. That was excellent, I've got to say. Came off in one piece without any tearing. It didn't really take a lot of effort. Next one. It's coming off, but it's not as easy as the sticky off. Can you see that? It's coming off. Yeah, not as easy. Let's turn it around, try these corners. I'm thinking it's easier than the Goo Gone though. And it's actually taken the original label that was underneath the FBA label off as well. So it's got through both of those. I think it's left quite a bit of stickiness on the book, which we're going to give it a second application, which is using quite a bit of this goo. So it's not exactly being quite generous there. It does feel like it's all coming off though. Not perfect. Let's get that bit off. There we go. Not bad at all. Took a little bit longer, but not bad. Right then, this one is 151 sticker remover. Doesn't say anything about what you can't take it off on. It says tags, price tags and gum from hard surfaces. Well, it's not really a hard surface, but it is glossy. Oh, it's quite easy actually, this one. Maybe not quite as easy as the sticky off. It's not just rolling off. Of course, it's had an extra minute from the other ones. There we go. And it's actually really clean apart from that corner. Maybe I didn't put enough on to start with. Back down there. There we go. Yeah, actually very easy, that one. Quite impressed with that. Right, the next one. Let's just get the label off this with the scraper. Oh, grief. Did you see that? That's been on that book for about 1.5 years. Oh, and that's it. Nothing. That was very good. Next one. This is the rubbing alcohol. And this is one of the drawbacks of the rubbing alcohol. It's already dried out. We'll see if it's made any difference to the label. No, it hasn't. That's still hard on. This is one of these products where you've got to be pretty proactive because it evaporates so quickly. We've basically got to do this one in real time. Yeah, we'll give it 30 seconds. So this one, it's not the best on the paper, quite honestly. I'm thinking it works, but it's nowhere near as good. Maybe if I put some more on. Quite a lot there. Get it very fluid. Right, we'll give it a little bit more time. All these others had the same amount of time as when I put it on, and it's had another couple of minutes on top of that. So, yeah, I think it moves better when there's a lot more of this on it. It's coming off now, here we go. Yeah, that's not so good. It's actually taken some of the surface of the book off, as you can see. Let me just get the rest of that gum off. That's one of the things about this stuff that I don't particularly like it for. Look, it's taken some of the book off. We don't have to worry too much about the fluid. It will evaporate completely off the book pages. But as you can see, it's taken some of the printing away. Oh, and the Goo Goo one is still on, isn't it? We'll see if that extra few minutes it's had has made a difference. That label's still on. It's had a second application, don't forget. No, it's coming off quite easily now. Well, I'm having to press it, but it's coming off. It wasn't going to come off before, was it? So what's it had? 8 or 9 minutes or more. There you go. Off. Oh dear. It's still sticky. Where these, they came off in one go without any stickiness. This is going to need... Now this is the 3rd application of Goo Gum. That's not impressive, is it? There's still a little bit there actually. That's quite disappointing. Let's get a nice clean piece of cloth. That's better. 3.5 to 4 attempts to get everything off. That sticker gum remover there peeled off in one go very easily. Right, conclusions of this test. The Biotech removed some of the book. The sticker and gum remover was very clean and very quick, as was the 151 sticker remover. This one was a bit slower and took a second application, quite a bit of rubbing. Sticky off was somewhere in between these two, and it did a good job, but it took a little bit of effort. This one, Goo Gone, the American brand that everybody is advertising, it's really quite difficult. Maybe it's very good on hard surfaces. What it isn't particularly good on is plastic coated books, which obviously is what I'm going to be doing with 400 of these, not just 6. Charity shops are going to be opening in a couple of weeks. We're coming to we've just started April 2021 while I'm making this video, which means that in the UK the shop lockdowns are going to be over. We'll be buying things with stickers all over them, and hopefully we'll be removing them and selling them for a profit on eBay and Amazon and various other online sales places.
Right, here's the bonus test I referred to earlier on. One or two of these are damaging CD cases, or PlayStation 1 cases in my case, and they're making it sort of hazy. So what we're doing is doing a test strip on the front of a couple of brand new but broken CD cases. Each one's getting 1.5 inch, 2 inch strip of liquid.
So 5 minutes has passed, and now it's time to have a look at the actual surfaces of the CD cases. Oh yes, you can see the one in the middle. Either side are fine. That looks actually as though it's got a bit of reflection on, but I think that's just the gum. Let's take all the fluids off anyway. There you are. The middle one has absolutely taken the glaze right off the crystal case. If you can see, that is the sticky off. Well, as you can see, the same. It's done the same to that plastic. This one, it's not quite as obvious. Let's wipe it all off. You can see that has made a mark. It's not as thick as the sticky off. It's there though, you can see it. That's in the middle again. That's the sticker and gum remover from Rapide. Not quite as heavy as the other one. That's PlayStation cases, CD cases, anything with a crystal plastic, basically. I'm thinking you get it on and you get it off quickly, otherwise it will do that to the plastic. Personally, if you're doing a lot of these plastic cases, I wouldn't use them. You know, if you're doing books, those two came off for the paper labels very good indeed. Both of those actually. And the 151 came off very good indeed for books, for the for the paper labels, but it doesn't seem to affect the crystal case. In effectiveness then, let's rank them. So for books, we've got those two, then that one, then sticky stuff, with these two dragging up the rear. It basically fell off with these two. That one was nearly as good, and that one was somewhere in between. That one needed 3 applications, and that one needed 2 applications plus another rub for the glue, but it all came off nicely. They didn't not get the thing off, not that at all. They all got the labels off. This one took some of the printed surface off as well, but maybe that's because I was rubbing hard, I don't know. If you're going to do books and paper labels off that sort of thing, these are great, and that one as well. If you're doing CD cases, PlayStation 1 cases, even the more plasticky video game cases, I wouldn't go with these two. If you can leave a mark by destroying the surface layer of the plastic, it's great as a sticker remover, but nothing else. Hard plastics, not keen on. You can make your own mind up, by the way. If you have a favourite product of any of these or anything else, you can tell me about it in the comments below. I'll be happy to listen to it, and I might even reply, you never know. Pricing. 151 sticker remover is the most expensive because it comes in such a small bottle. You can't buy bigger bottles, but you can buy 3 bottles at once on Amazon. 4.15 pence per milliliter. If you buy 3 at once for £5.40 on Amazon, it works out at 3p a milliliter. So quite expensive. Next to highest price is the De-Solv-it sticky stuff remover. Bought in a bottle, in a spray can like that, it's 3.9p per milliliter. But if you buy a larger bottle of the liquid only, 2.2p a milliliter. Again, £5.40 on Amazon. The rusting sticky off is the next one down. 3.5p a milliliter. 3.48p a milliliter. It's 3.48 for that 100 milliliter bottle. Next is Goo Gone, believe it or not. I thought this would be the most expensive, but it's not, because you get such a big bottle. That's £7.97 a bottle, so it's 3.3p. Don't forget I had to use that 4 times. 4 times to get everything off that these got it off in one go. Next to the Rapide. That's my last bottle of 200 milliliter Rapide, and that cost me £2 because I bought 6 at once for £12. They've actually upped the size now, and it's 300 milliliter, so it's a bit bigger. If you buy 1 can, it becomes £6, £5.95, £6 for 300 millilitres, which is 2p a milliliter. But if you buy 5 cans at once for £14.49 on eBay, it's under a penny a milliliter. So that's just over 4, just under 4, 3.5, just under 3.5, 2p, but you can get it for as little as 1p. So if you're doing a lot of labels off paper products or books or something like that, that's very cheap. And I have been using that the last couple of years. You just have to bear in mind about the crystal plastic. 1 bottle was something like £7. 5 bottles was £17, £16.98, which works out at 0.336 per milliliter. And the 151 is 4.15, but you can get it for as little as 3p on Amazon, that one. So it could be cheaper than this one, and this one, and this one. Let's put it there. That's how you could buy it if you bought 3. That's 2p if you buy it on its own, but if you buy 5 of those, it's 1p. And this is 0.33p. Or if you only bought 1 bottle, it would be 0.7p. So it would still be cheaper if you only bought 1 bottle. If you're interested in buying any of these, they're all available on Amazon, and I've put links below. But they're also all available on eBay. This is my conclusion. Best value. If you're going to be buying a lot of it, this stuff, as for books. If you're going to be doing plastic, probably this. But buy 3 bottles at once. As I say, it works out at, if you're buying 3 bottles at once, it works out at 3p a milliliter. And you saw how little it took. Which one was it? I believe it was that one. There's about 2 milliliters there. It took tiny amount. What's on the end of that to take a label off very quickly indeed. If you're going to do a lot of multi-surface items, that's pretty good. Books, very cheap indeed. This was okay, unless you're going to be doing hard plastics. This did the job, but it's up on the expensive end, and it's down on the ineffective end. Don't forget, that's the expense levels. In affection, that, quite honestly, those two win for effectiveness. Although this is for removing sticky stuff. It's quite sticky on its own itself. But it does come off. Those were both very effective against the labels, but they have that drawback about the plastics. And those two were, neither of them were very effective about the labels. That's not going to affect any plastics, mind you. It does say pre-test on an inconspicuous area. But quite honestly, it needed 3 goes. That needed a couple of goes, was dirt cheap, but it needed more than 1 go. That's my conclusion anyway. That's the end of the video really. If you want to like and subscribe, you're most welcome to. If you've been to my video channel before, thanks for coming back again. So the video ran out before I had a chance to say thank you for watching, and if you want to watch one of my other videos, they should be on screen along with a subscribe button, hint hint, and I should be making a video about the game pickup very shortly. So come back and watch that another time. Thank you very much.